I just took my broken Lenovo, it's got a broken screen, tablet, to that little place there. The guy rang up his boss, presumably, with the specs on the tablet. Unfortunately, no go, could not repair. And of course, every time I ask where maybe I could get a repair done, they go blank. They never refer you to anybody else. So, oh well. And I've had a couple of moto taxi guys harass me as I walk down here. Right down into this road's actually a co-op. I think it might be the one I went to from District 1, going on the geography. So it all sort of but I'd still stick to the co-op I go to, because it's actually less crowded. So it's a much more pleasant experience there. Certainly was on Friday. I picked the right day. Or it's actually only the second in the line. I think the woman did charge me for one item I didn't buy, so that wasn't so good. But I might be wrong there. I certainly couldn't work out what it was, because it's not in English, so you can just go by the price, and it's a bit difficult. So it might have been false economies if I got charged for something I didn't actually purchase. I did need the umbrella though, and that looks reasonable. This place looks interesting. Charge barbecue place. Probably not cheap, it's a touristy area. Which isn't in English. Okay. Well, that's interesting, not in English. Thought it might be. I'll go to a street side barbecue place though, but if I get desperate, at least I know there's one down here. So I'll just keep hunting around, see if I can find it's disappointing I can't find that place that I wanted to go to. Oh, it's so good to get away from that traffic. That's really nice. Oh boy, this park is so needed here, so essential. I feel like I'm back home. There's a creche on the right hand side, but when I get down here I get away from the kids. I'd make a lousy parent. Jeez, I'd be angry all the time, I reckon. And Vietnamese big on families, that's why their population keeps growing exponentially. It's over 100 million now, I think. I think about 40 million more than Thais. It's quite surprising. Thailand's certainly losing out to Vietnam in population. And you can see there's quite a few of them here. It's not hard to see another human being in this city. But it seems to work okay, you know. They're most of them are pretty decent people, I think, and even driving, they're not too lethal. They drive slowly and they avoid you when they can, which is good considering that they're either on a motorbike or some hulking car. So it's nice. It's Japanese influence maybe. It's nice. And of course, Sunday I think it's about the quietest day here. It really is. I think it might be a temple of some description. The people seem to be curious. Yeah, Sunday be a big family day here. But there's still plenty of places open. Even the computer places are open on Sunday. I was surprised at that. I've decided I'll try different tactics. Seeing he looked at the make of my tablet, and it said because the Lenovo, it was a Lenovo in my case, so he couldn't repair it. So what I might do is I might go for my main laptop for that fixed. I might go to the Acer service centre. I think there is one here. Acer's a pretty big Asian brand. There's a fair chance that there'll be an agency for them at the very least. So I think that might be my best bet. Otherwise, I'll be knocking on doors to sort of, hole in the wall sort of repair shops, and it could take a long time. And it's pretty damn hot. You can see the sweat on my brow. I only have to walk a couple of k's here to get a bit of a sweat going. Every time I go for a decent walk at this time of year, I come back. Oh, there's the badminton. Yeah, I haven't seen that much badminton so far, but yeah, it's pretty popular. Street badminton. It's very popular. think everybody's curious with the GoPro. I seem to be getting a lot of attention from that strip, more than in the past. So, yeah, they just don't have that here. I thought they have knockoffs. I mean, you get Chinese knockoffs, I think, for a little over 100 now, so it's not like, they're not that more expensive than a mobile, or even not more expensive at all, so it's within the reach of a lot of people here, but you just don't see much. So they probably just use their mobiles rather than a dedicated camera like this. But yeah, really nice park, and gets a lot of use, especially on a Sunday. And it stretches over the other side there as well. It's quite extensive, and it's a nice road to walk down here, because you're surrounded by parks on both sides. So it's one of the nicest streets in Saigon, in my opinion. So, and I've spent a bit of time around this part of town, so it's a good part of town to be in. This is my first meal after my hangover last night. It's quite a good spread there, so quite a good selection of food. But that's actually a chicken curry, and this is really nice. The spinach soup is something I really need, something healthy. It's a good little place. This has been here before. Alright, here's a tour of Anna, which is the name of my second lodging in Saigon. Here is the bathroom, quite large. Actually, it's a very good shower, I'll say that. The heat's good, and that's quite a big heating unit. It did go off for one day, had to be fixed, but he got onto it straight away, the manager, owner, whatever. And you can do your washing in that too, which is good. So it's a decent little bathroom. The only thing I'm not happy with is you can see that wet patch there. So like where you sit for the loo, half of it's got a little bit of a wet patch near the drain. And I find that's pretty inconvenient for getting your foot down when you've got to do your business. It's not the best as far as that's concerned. Big fridge, which is big freezer. I'll have to remember to take that ice tray back. And fridge, microwave, kettle, fairly modern design, probably too modern. I preferred the first place I stayed at had more classic sort of features. The aircon's good, big screen TV. I've only used it to watch a World Cup soccer match where England played, and it was grainy. The one station I needed to look at was the grainy station. It was barely acceptable, but I could work out what was going on. And there's the balcony, which you can go outside to, and there's the laneway. And might as well give you a little bit of tour of that. Dead plants, so they don't seem to look after the plants too well here. And this is the laneway that the place is actually in. So very classic sort of Vietnamese laneway. In a very busy, vibrant part of town. The location's excellent. As you can see, the plants aren't doing so well. And I'm actually moving out of here early, which is something I've never done before, but I really want a place with a proper 24-hour reception. This doesn't have it. And also the food situation is interesting. You see that's breakfast. I haven't even eaten it because it's just eggs and tomato and bread with no toast. So the breakfast, some of the breakfasts are okay, but you don't have a choice because it's all just brought to your room. So you just get what's available that day, and they do a rotation. They've rotated the menu a little bit, but I'd prefer it to be a breakfast room if you're going to have food like that. But I'm moving back to the original hotel, and there I'll just get street food, and personally I'm happier with that as an option. So anyway, there's the bed itself's okay. It's a little harder than the other ones in the hotel. Probably the major asset here, you've got a little bit of a balcony and what have you, but they're very similar as far as facilities concerned, except the hotel does have a proper reception, and the maintenance is done more methodically. Cupboards here, see, fairly standard sort of cupboards. Yep, that's basically it. And it's there's no lift here either. There's no elevator, and I'm on the 4th floor, so that's the other thing to take in consideration. So I'm back at the place I started at tomorrow. So that's all good for me. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great. But please don't ignore me. That's the worst thing you can do on YouTube, is be ignored.